Welcome, people of planet Earth and all planets beyond. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's just rearrange that just a tad bit. Anyways, welcome to Mystery Bag Monday. If you've never been to Mystery Bag Monday, never watched the channel and watched this particular show, this is a show, a live stream where I open up these rag bags like this that I buy from a local thrift store. They put like a bunch of t-shirts and stuff they can't sell or stuff that's dirty. And we go through it and look for vintage t-shirts that have value or are just really interesting. This t-shirt is from from one of these bags somewhere along the line. We found plenty of awesome tees in the past. And there is actually a way you can participate in the show if you want to possibly win one of the tees that come out of this bag. Go to our Discord channel, our Discord server, join the server, and then go to the channel that's titled Guess the Tee, Get the Tee. Post a link to a t-shirt that you're going to guess that might be in one of these bags. And if it comes out, then it's your t-shirt and I will ship it to you for free. All the rules are in the channel, so go check those out. And you should be able to do it pretty easily. We do have a couple moderators in there that will take a look, and I can actually see the live update. So you can enter all the way up until the t-shirt is pulled out. I have time stamps on everything, so if it comes out and you haven't, and you post it after the t-shirt's pulled out, it will be disqualified. So go ahead and get your guesses in. One guess per person per week. You never know what's going to come out of one of these bags. So what's up? What's up? Hello, guys. It's good to have you in the chat. We have 5 bags. I thought we were going to have 3, but we ended up having 5 bags. One of them is sponsored by somebody. It's going to be interesting. We have 2 special guests that are helping me open this first bag, and I'd like to introduce them to you right now.
Hey!
This is my son Malachi and my son Ruben. Ruben actually wanted to buy one of the bags, and this is his bag. So whatever comes out of this bag, as long as it doesn't apply, it doesn't get picked by one of the Guess T, Get the T entries, it's going to be his that he can resell or collect himself. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this bag right here. This is the very first bag. The boys are going to tear into it. I'm going to let them kind of do their thing and make sure they're not throwing away any super valuable t-shirts. Hey, Kelsey, what's up? Hello, special guest. They saying hello to you.
Hey. If my cousins are watching, then shout out them.
Shout out your cousins. What are their names? What are their first names?
Charlton's?
Yeah, you don't need to say their last name. What are their first names? What are your cousins' names?
Oh, Rohan, Evelyn.
Look at that.
A random.
It's an NFL boot. That's kind of funny. That's yours. That's right.
Evan, Rohan, Keegan, William,
Jenny,
and then the mom and dad.
Yeah.
Melody and Uncle Mike.
Okay, there you go.
Uncle Mike works at a school.
Yeah, they like hats too. They want to know how old you are.
I'm 9. I'm 6.
9 and 6.
Well,
they used to open a lot more bags when we did these as videos, but when we went live, they stopped doing it as much. What do you got there? Not vintage. We got some towels. Oop, more towels.
Well,
Nothing so far. So the other thing we do here is if you got questions about reselling, about vintage, oh yeah. What does it say?
It says Wake Priceless.
Wake Priceless. If you have any question about vintage or reselling, you got a vintage tee.
No. Show me state.
The Show Me State Games. You
Wait, that looks like your hat.
It's nothing crazy, but it is vintage from the Show Me Missouri Lottery. Who could that be? Someone's coming through the front door. I wonder if it's
Tirza?
I wonder if it's your sister.
Yep, it's Tirza.
We have another special guest that wanted to say hi. Come here. This is Tirza. This is the Loot fam. There are a couple more that are missing, mom and baby, but this is us. So they wanted to say hi today. All right, we're coming to the end of the first bag. Not a lot going on here. Not a lot going on here.
This is Wrangler.
Is it Wrangler? But it looks like a new one.
Yes, purple.
All right, that's the last one. Here's purple. All right, well, that's the bag.
Bye.
All right, they're going to be done now. Say bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. All right. We'll see you guys afterwards. Yeah, bye, you little goose. Anyway, so thank you for indulging. They love watching the stream and they wanted to get in on it. And so let's get down to business. Let's get a few more bags going here. How was everybody's thrift week last week? I hope it was good. Did anyone hit on anything big? Share your stories. I want to hear what's going on. If it's still Walking Dead tea, it'll be worth something. But for now, I don't know if I'm going to keep it. Oh! We got a vintage tee, everybody. We got John Anderson. I've actually had this t-shirt before. Sold it. Did pretty good. Single stitch. We're on the board. Not too bad. Size large. Made in USA. John Anderson. He seems to be really popular over here. Let's find a Candyland board game tee. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Well, we're already on the board with a vintage country music tee. Oh, we got another. Oh, interesting. I got another tee. Check this out. Jerseys, made in USA. It's a Disney tee. Disney Development Company. We're Westwood Ho. Interesting. I don't know what that is. I wonder if it has something to do with. I don't know. I wonder if it has something to do with like the construction company that built Disney or something. But it's a vintage tee. It's a Disney tee. It's a size XL. Great. We are. No, that's Alan Jackson. Yeah, I think it's John Anderson. Am I right? John Anderson. Yeah, he's like probably. I think he's like sort of a country boy. So very country. Whoa, we got another one. This bag is full of vintage. This is just some random distressed, like I don't even know if it's considered tie-dye, but single stitch. Tags worn out. But I've sold tees just like this. So that's 3. We're 3 for 3 on the vintage train on this bag. Let's see what else might be in here. What else could possibly? Oh no, that's nothing. Mount Shasta. There might be some more vintage up in here. Could be a good bag. Could be a good bag. So, okay, there you go. Interesting. Oh, that's right, Jad. Jad got the big time hit. Yeah, here we go. Well, here's another vintage tee. The Red Garter Saloon, Ruby House, Keystone, South Dakota, single stitch on the vintage sportswears tag. Look at that. Size small. It is a size small, unfortunately, but that's interesting. We're getting vintage. It's like 4 out of 6 or something like that right now already. Somebody with a bunch of old clothes. One with price tag. Dang. Yeah, the pics on that Hall James were sick. Unbelievable. Unflippin' believable. I mean, it's almost good enough to win. Almost good enough to qualify. It probably is good enough to qualify. I don't know if they still do the vintage thrift awards or whatever that Instagram was, but almost as good. It's probably good enough to qualify for that. Bald Beaver Restaurant, Eureka Springs, not vintage. If somebody from Eureka Springs donated, We got possibly some weird and wild T-shirts in here. You know anything about Eureka Springs, Arkansas? Is pretty unusual place. About time for a high school tee to make an appearance. Surprisingly, few so far into these bags. Silver Springs. Looks like somebody from northern or northwestern Arkansas donated their clothes because it appears that most of the stuff has something to do with that. Got some Hollister tees, some modern blanks. Come on, let's see something else here. Let's see something else interesting, vintage, interesting. Go big or go home, Kansas City Chiefs. Modern tee. Got a diamond. What does that say? Diamond Girl tee. Don't know what that's about. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if you like, it's funny as much as people at the bins like really like go ham for a new rotation. Sometimes it's pretty surprising how much stuff they missed. I remember one time I came in late on a big rotation, and there was down in Arkansas in Little Rock, and there was just tons of people digging, and every single one of them overlooked these like super dope RRL Ralph Lauren selvage jeans. It's like just sitting right on top. I'm like, who put this back? Speaking of Polo Ralph Lauren, got a vintage Polo Ralph Lauren pocket tee, long sleeve. That's nice. That'll stay with us. It'll be sold for something or put in a larger collection. Nothing. What's this? Looks like nothing. Nothing. Feels like nothing. I can most of the time feel when there's a vintage tee or not. Most of the time it's pretty obvious. All right, that's bag number 2. Something from Maurice's. What are we going to do when vintage goes out of style? That's a good question. Keep wearing vintage? If you don't hit at the bottom, if you don't hit the bottom of the bin, yeah, absolutely, Jason, you're absolutely right. Yeah, another Scruples tee would be incredible. Hey, I'm looking for a dark wash pair of selvage denim to wear every day, but any red line levers are just too much. Paying one. Any recommendations? Oh yeah, that's a good question. So I'm gonna go back to the RRL. The RRL Ralph Lauren selvage stuff is good. There's another company. Is it Edwin? Not Edwin. Is it Edwin? They're like a Nashville, Tennessee company. They do selvage. What the heck is that brand called? Oh my gosh. Edwin. Oh, they do really pretty good. They do high quality American made selvage denim, but for a pretty good price. Oh, God, I'm gonna try to figure it out. It's on the tip of my tongue. If it comes to me, I'll let you know. But I think that's probably where I would go is look at is look for RL because I mean their stuff is expensive, but you can get used. I mean, I sold my pair of RL selvage jeans, I think for like $100. So those are really good. I definitely go for those if you can. And then if I can think of this brand, whatever it is, I think it's in Nashville. They do good denim. They could do. If you can pick them up, that would be a good one too. Oh man, a 1950s red Woolwich hunting jacket. That's a great jacket. Great jacket. All right, so we're on the board. We've got a few vintage tees. We've got a band tee. We'll just do a quick little recap of that bag, just so everyone can catch up. If you're here late, we got the John Anderson single stitch country music tee. I've sold this tee, I think, once or twice before. It's like a $50 tee. We got this vintage Disney tee from the late 80s. Pretty interesting. Don't know much about it, but it's pretty cool. We got this just blank, this vintage, like somewhat tie-dye, gross distress shirt. Not worth a whole lot, but I've sold them for $15 before. We got this vintage Red Garter Saloon in Ruby House, Keystone, South Dakota, on the sportswear, and then we got this vintage Polo Ralph Lauren blank. All right. Let's see. I saw a pair of selvage jeans branded at the Benz. Would you have picked? Yeah, I would have probably picked anything that's selvage. Anything selvage. Because even like the cheapest used selvage is going to go for like $60 or more for sure. For sure. What Disney tag is it? It is not a Disney tag. It's actually printed on a Russell tag. I mean, a Jerseys tag. Sorry. It's printed on the grid Jerseys tag. So this is late 80s, early 90s. It is a company that works with Disney. So they must or worked for Disney or is part of Disney, but it's not like an actual Disney tee. What is your best military find? My best military find. It's a great question. One of my so it's sort of military. It's not technically military. I found most of the stuff I find military wise sells for like 100, maybe 120, like World War II stuff. But the best military find was sort of adjacent. Was a souvenir that came back with somebody from the military. So somebody who was stationed in Japan after World War II brought back one of those. I'm trying to remember the name of the jackets, but they're reversible. They look super sick. They've got all this design on them. They were super collectible. There's a lot of demand for them, but they're reversible silk jackets, like bomber jackets. And the one I got was brought back. And it was being sold with a bunch of military stuff. And it's clear that people did. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. That's exactly it right there. And so they were selling all the military stuff for a ton of money, but they had no idea what they had with this other jacket. And I ended up selling it for like $300 or $400. Even though it was like, had holes and stuff in it. I mean, it was gorgeous. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. The Sajukan. I mean, I'm gonna get it wrong, But anyway, those souvenir jackets, I picked it up for $20, and I think I sold it for like 400, like maybe a couple days later. Yeah, it was a pretty incredible one. It went to England actually. A Czech World War II bayonet at the Benz. Wow. I guess it makes sense when they tell you not to to watch out for sharp objects. But that is super cool. I love finding old historical stuff that has some level of historical relevance. All right, so let's get into bag number 3. But I don't think I've ever found anything like sold for 10 grand. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's mine was not one of the earliest versions of it. Mine was probably late 50s or mid 50s. Um, but yeah, it was pretty expensive. Pretty valuable. Oh, that's cool, Jake. Super cool. Yeah, military stuff is one of the areas in which I'm really getting interested in. I mean, some of it's like literally looks cool, and some of it is just the history of it. All right, bag number 3. Yeah, so military finds, military stuff is there's so many people interested in it from collectors. Oh my gosh, this is the biggest polo shirt I've ever seen. 4XL. I probably should try to sell it. It's so big. Oh, we got a lot of big tees here. Got another 4XL Columbia. These are in really good condition. They're clean and huge. Maybe I'll just sell a whole lot of 4XL stuff. All right. Yeah, the souvenir jacket. Mine. Yeah, mine wasn't one of the super crazy expensive ones, but that sounds incredible. All right, let's see here. But that's what I mean. A lot of people don't pay a lot of attention to clothes, and clothes have lots of history too. So oftentimes people pass over clothes for like, to pay attention to all the furniture and sculptures and paintings. And a lot of times the uh, they forget the clothing. So you never know what you're gonna find. All right, looks like another 4XL. Oh, this is another Columbia tee. This is gonna be a good tee. This will sell. It's got a periodic table of fishing lures. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be a nice little sale right there. I bet. 4XL. I mean, that's just not that terribly common. We got another 4XL, and it's oh no, that's not 4XL. Something else. Whew, it smells rough though. Whew, it smells like fire. All right, come on now. Let's see. So I did have a question I was gonna pose to you guys. Um, let me. Yeah, it's right here. So I've had this T-shirt for a little while, and it came out of a rag bag. I'll let you see the T-shirt, and then I'll let you see the tag afterwards. So here's the T. Wolf, Laughlin, Wolf, just Wolf, Wolf, Wolf. Okay. Everyone see it? All right. So a pretty standard Wolf tee, right? Right. Well, look at the tag. Can you see the tag? Like, does anyone have any idea what this is? Because I don't feel like this is an actual Supreme T-shirt. It doesn't look like it's printed like a Supreme T-shirt should be printed. Like, I mean, I know Supreme T-shirts are faked, and this could definitely be a fake tag. But it's just like, why put a random print of a wolf on a Supreme tag? I don't get it. So, anyone have any idea? I've had it just sitting around. I haven't been able to get rid of it because I'm like, no clue what it is. We got a vintage kids tee. It's a little, not a high school. It's like an elementary school from a local high school or elementary school. Yeah, I'm assuming it's got to be a bootleg. It's just who got a hold of a Supreme T-shirt or even a fake blank on a Supreme and decided to put something other than a Supreme design on it. It's just weird. It's just strange to me. Just what? Like that's supremely weird. Yeah, it just such an unusual T-shirt situation. Just a strange tee to find. All the random things you find out here. Look, we got another 4XL Columbia tee. This is not, that's actually pretty, I mean, they're all clean. They're like maybe look like they've been worn a couple times, maybe, and kept nice. So, like, it's going to be a good deal. All right, we got some towels for the collection. But yeah, these Columbia tees will do just fine. All right, this is it for bag number 3. Nothing else in there. Yeah, for sure, Jason. It definitely happens. We had last week, I think. We had this. I think we had a Stooges T printed on a polo jeans tag. It was probably one of the most unusual combinations I had seen before, personally. Do I have any Type 2 Levi's denim jackets? Robert, no. I did and sold it. I sold it a while back. Definitely a. Can we see? Can I see your favorite piece? My favorite piece. Ooh, that I currently own. Um, Maybe I had to dig it out. That would be the problem. It's all in the all in the inventory, but not a bad idea. I have a vintage English aviator jumpsuit that is in perfect condition, but it's rather small. Is it me? That's a tough question, to be honest, Janie. Um, uh, I need to know sort of from what era the aviator jumpsuit is from. And jumpsuits don't tend to do super, super well, like some of the more modern ones. Um, Obviously, if you get to World War II and earlier, then you're just talking about more historical pieces, so they'll go in the hundreds probably. But some of the jumpsuits don't go for as much, especially if they're not heavier or made of like more thick material. But if they are, then they may have some more serious value. All right, let's get into bag number 4. Woo. Oh, we got a big hitter, guys. Check it out. We got the comfort colors. Comfort colors. You guys know what that means. I do want to take a minute to mention that. Well, here, let me say this. Here's my email, Janie, real fast. If you want to email pictures of what you have, and I can take a look at it. I just want to make sure everyone realizes that the video from about the Goodwill guide that was in fact a troll video. It was a joke. It was not real. Um, I obviously I knew somebody here and there might think it was true, but I just want to make sure everyone knows that it's not real and it was a joke, total joke. Mo labels, mo money. Yes, Robert, vintage Filson, I have, and it sells so fast. It sells like, I mean, literally, it could be riddled with holes. It could have blood splatter and blood stains on it, and in it sells in like minutes. It's crazy. People are super hype on their Filson, and especially vintage Filson. I have my own personal Filson jacket right here, actually. I have my own personal Filson jacket. It's a little dusty, but I like this guy. I got it from place I used to work. They loved Filson too, so so they got us all that for Christmas one year. It's really nice of them. Yeah, Uncle Chris, happy birthday. I was trying to look for something that was sort of clownish, so to try to emphasize that it was not something to be taken seriously, unless you're Goodwill. Uh, but yeah, that was funny. Uh, have I heard of vintage denim overalls made by Just Right, made in Hong Kong? I don't. I have heard of them. I think I've only heard about them like and referenced in like forums. But I don't have any personal experience with that brand, unfortunately. Um, hey, all is well. Are you into camp blankets at all? I don't, not personally necessarily, but I do try to keep my eyes open for blankets of all kinds. I do have a pretty cool. I don't know if it's like you want to call it camp. It's not a camp blanket, but oh, we got the comfort colors again. Big money. Woo woo. I do have an old 1930s Hudson Bay blanket right here, actually. Right here. Got this old 1930 Hudson Bay blanket. Picked it up at a garage sale for 25 cents. Trying to find where the. Yeah, here you go. The Hudson Bay logo. Probably from the 30s. Pretty cool. I think they use it like as a dog blanket. Super annoying. Oh yeah, Robert. The Filson stuff is super good. Is Bugle Boy stuff worth a deeper look at? Yeah. Well, yes. Not necessarily maybe for like value sake or for like reselling per se, but Bugle Boy has like some really cool designs and like some pretty fly stuff that people I think sleep on because it's not like super hype stuff. But they have some really cool designs. I mean, we pulled out someone from the channel actually bought it. I forget who. But we found this really cool I found this really cool Bugle Boy cardigan a while back, and whoever and someone saw it on the channel and they thought it was the dopest looking thing, and it was super crazy. So I definitely want to do a little bit of video on Bugle Boy at some point because I just think there's some interesting stuff there. And it's a slept on brand, so it's cheap to get. So that would be cool. 1942 military wool jacket. Nice. That's incredible. Yeah, same thing. There's a lot of, maybe I'll do a video on slept on brands, like, or slept on categories of brands, because certain parts of Wrangler are, well loved, but like there's just so many cool little niches that people. Yes, I did see it, Reagan. That was a really cool one. Vintage Woolrich. Yeah, I don't get bum equipment. Yeah, that's almost like the little brother to Bugle Boy, maybe. Vintage Woolrich is. I don't have a ton of experience with the oldest stuff. Probably about as old as I've ever dealt with is the 50s. I just think it probably didn't make its way to where I am at in Missouri very often. Just sort of typical of some of this stuff, like some of these other brands that would have been more appropriate for closer to where they were made in East Coast or the West Coast. Oh yeah, Levi's gang. Yeah, this is actually a modern jacket. I picked it up while I was at Disney. It's just a cool jacket, a cool hat, I thought. Corduroy, definitely not vintage, unfortunately. Still looking for that. I've been on the hunt for one of the orange tab Levi's trucker jackets for a long time. If you guys ever find one, let me know. Let me know. All right, bag number 5. I know we're kind of blazing through it, but I don't want to waste too much time. Oh, there's something there. I don't know if it's super old. Let's see what it is. It's a Harley Davidson tee. 1995 Harley tee. Heritage Cycles. Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Single stitch right here, guys. Check it out. Made in USA, size large. It's the Hanes Beefy that the RK Strapman. Heritage Cycle. Pretty dope. Vintage tee. 1995 Harley. Harley will always sell at some point. It may take you a while, but vintage Harley someone will eventually buy it. It's been my experience. Any market for old oilcloth jackets? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think so. There's a I mean, eBay's a market for everything, but I'm not sure. I haven't sold any recently, so I don't know if I've ever sold one, to be honest. But found an LVC denim sack coat, maybe early 2000s. Definitely one of my more favorite. Oh, that's super sick. Just picked up a vintage Levi's corduroy shirt jacket. I'm guessing late 70s, 80s, but not the best on shirt. Yeah, the shirt labels can be a little wonky because text me the tag. I'll take a look at it. Grease Monkey, what's up, bud? You missed nothing crazy. I can go over it a little bit here real fast. One of our first picks here was this John Anderson single stitch vintage tee. This is probably like 1996, 97, something like that. Single stitch on the Fruit of the Loom. We had this tea is probably my favorite because it's interesting. We got this Disney development company from the late '80s. We're Westwood Ho. Such a just curious tea. A couple other vintage teas. We got this Red Garter Saloon from South Dakota. Nothing crazy there. We did get. I got a bunch. We got this Harley tea just now. Vintage Harley tea, 95, in really good condition. Um, and I got all these like 4XL Columbia tees that are all like brand new. So want to lot those together, sell them. Nothing crazy today so far, but enough. It's reasonable enough to justify buying the bags and keep doing this. We've got looks like a Atlanta Braves tee on the Majestic, late '90s, probably. Atlanta Braves vintage tee, 1998 to be exact. Yep. Wasn't that the year they won, or was that '96? Can't remember. Late '90s, right? I believe. It's a pretty good tee. What do we got here? Junior Ranger. Nope. Am I into Champion? I'm into Champion as much as I can find it, but you just don't find a lot of it out here for whatever reason. Like, Champion was used a lot in the 40s and 50s for schools and like rec programs and stuff. I just don't think they ever used them over here. They must have used somebody else because I just never find them, to be honest. So I definitely can get down with the reverse weave, and definitely have found some cool stuff in the past. But it's just not a brand that I get my hands on enough from thrifting out here. We got the Three Stooges. This looks like 2008 Three Stooges tee. Probably gonna hold on to that, sell that. It's in like super clean condition. Not vintage or anything, but cultural icons. Got a lot of random like spaghetti straps and stuff in here. All right, let's see. We got here. What do we have here? Oh, 2018. Never mind. Cross country, local high school tee. Ah, James, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's just an interesting tee. Probably was somebody who worked some construction for him or something. But cool tee. Anything that old Disney is someone's gonna have an interest in it. All right. It's like a lot of rags in this one. A lot of junk in this last bit of. Oh, we got Comfort Colors alert. Comfort Colors alert. All right, let's see what else we got. A lot of kid clothes here to finish off this last bag, unfortunately. And this is about it right here. And that's nothing. Not crazy. All right, not a bad day. What's up, Joseph? What'd you miss? I'm about to do the review in just a minute. Yes, Jason, I did see that. Yeah, that's all good. I appreciate it. Definitely helpful, interesting. Love you guys like doing all the research for me. Have you ever ran into vintage Sears jackets? Yes, Robert, all the time. Actually, hold on, I'll grab a couple. I think I hope I'm not wrong on this, but we got the Town Craft. I think that was Sears. It was either Sears or J.C. Penney's. But we got this vintage selvage denim jacket, kids selvage denim jacket. I think this is super dope. My other ones that I know were Sears. I've sold those in the past. Yeah, the Robux stuff you can get salvage for, like this one right here, for wicked cheap. Like wicked cheap compared to some of the bigger brands. Found a few vintage t-shirts, crew necks, also just see this mini shirt, nice, not dated, but sick. Yeah, Sears jackets, I think. I mean, they were just ripping off all the big names, so you know, this as long as they're gonna be good and a little bit cheaper. Robert, you asked what one of my favorite item, right, or my favorite piece right now is. It's actually a kid's piece. It's this guy right here. So this is a 1950s Lee Westerner Sanfordized 110 Junior size 8 Lee Westerner jacket. I just think it's super cool, super unusual to find. Just because finding the kids stuff is a little bit harder to find, in my experience, than some of the adult stuff. So this one's super dope, super cool. Picked it up for like a couple bucks too at a local thrift. So definitely one of my favorites for sure. I do have more stuff back there. I'm not gonna dig through it all today, but Big Macs are good. Yeah, they got some good stuff. All the J.C. Penney's, Sears, like off-brand stuff is all pretty good. Oh yeah, and I've noticed that people are starting to give some of this other stuff a little bit more attention, and then more attention than they used to, at least. Moving away a little bit from the bigger boys or bigger names a little bit, mostly probably because it's so expensive. So definitely cool. Well, guys, we have I've got a few videos coming out this week. Hopefully at least 2 videos. I will do. Let's just do a quick review. Just so last little review real fast. We got this vintage Atlanta Braves 1998 tee. Got the Harley tee 1995 single stitch. We got the 4XL Columbia tees. We got the John Anderson vintage t-shirt, which is probably the biggest t-shirt out of the bunch. This thing is probably worth about $100 about $50. I've sold it at least for $50 before. We got the Disney Westwood Disney Development Company tee, kind of cool, unique, interesting. And then like just a couple of the random vintage distressed tie-dye. I don't even know what that's just painted at this point. So Montgomery Ward actually has some really cool stuff. A little bit harder to find in my experience, but the appetite for Montgomery Ward is really cool. Anytime I have Montgomery Ward anything, no matter what condition it's in, it goes pretty quick. People are looking for it. I don't know if I've ever found a piece that I particularly care to wear too much, but it's definitely a high quality vintage brand to look out for, with some really cool stuff for sure. All right, well, guys, I'm gonna take off. We're gonna let everyone go a little early today. School is dismissing a little early, but we will see you guys later on other videos and next week again for the live stream. So check back. We're always going to go through more and more vintage clothes and random clothes and talk more about it and hang out. So, 19 Levi's trucker jacket, nice Bucky, love it. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.